Our Pledge of Allegiance.
Sorry. Pledge allegiance to the
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Steve Plummer, would you have our invocation?
Yeah, let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to gather again in your name and in the name of Kiwanis as we seek to serve our community and to glorify you in all that we do. We thank you for today's speaker. We thank you for this food. And Lord, even though sometimes we can only wade in the waves of righteousness, we know that we swim in a river of forgiveness because of your grace. And we thank you for that. Amen.
Thank you, Steve. Kiwanis is a global organization of volunteers dedicated to improving the world, one child and one community at a time. Have a seat, please. Few housekeeping issues before we introduce our program. We got our golf tournament coming up. Harold has worked really hard in getting our brochures as well as others in putting this together, along with Derek and I believe Jamie. And has everybody got some of these? Yes or no? Okay, all right. All right, I'm going to have them up here. They're going to continue to be up here. If you need some extras, grab them. I've already started a little bit collecting myself. And let me remind you again, and I'm not going to all of a sudden be Mr. Golf Tournament just because I'm president and it's on my watch, but this is our only fundraiser. This is it. And we write checks like drunken sailors sometimes. So this is it. And whatever we do this year is going to be our coffer for the next administration. So don't be bashful. Ask for money. This, I know we're, what is it, May 18th? It's going to be here before you know it. So have this to be front and center with you. The people that you normally ask for, go ahead and ask them. Hell, just tell them you plant that seed. Shoot me a check. Give me a commitment. We'll collect the money. Get that commitment. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I will offer this. If they'd rather be invoiced, I can do that as well.
Whatever. I'll go out and collect. I just want to get the commitment.
I think I invoiced all of mine last year. I have no problem at all. So.
Right. We got lucky last year. Last year was beautiful because of the circumstances in the economy, and then then it rained us out, and hell, we didn't even have it, and we still collected and did very well. Okay, I was thumbing through Facebook. Now let me back up.
Scrounged me up. That's what he's
Let me back up. Last few years, for whatever reason, I have really gotten sideways with all the litter that I've been seeing. Never in my adult, and we've had private conversations one-on-one with different people here in this club. I have never seen more litter in our countrysides in my entire adult life. We're hearing all about green this and green that, and it's never been damn dirtier. And I'm talking about litter. Everywhere, and not just in Harnett County, everywhere you turn. If I'm going up and down the highway in Wake County, it's the same way. And we got to do something about it. Now, I was thumbing through Facebook, and I see this Keep Harnett Beautiful program, this really awesome rainbow and green colored, what kind of car was this? Van or something?
It was a truck. Yeah.
Truck. And it says Keep America Beautiful or Keep Harnett Beautiful?
I'm not sure.
Whatever, it was beautiful. It looked awesome. And I said, this is going to be the perfect program for Kiwanis. And I looked up who was in charge, and it was a young lady named Morgan Pope, and here she is. Let's stand up and give Morgan Pope a good welcome. All right, they're all yours.
All right, so I cannot sit and talk, and I talk with my hands. So I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize up front. So, like he said, my name is Morgan Pope. I work for Harnett County Soil and Water Conservation. So this program is near and dear to my heart. They have just recently voluntold me that this is going to be my program, which is great. I'm super happy to be able to take it and run with it. So a little bit of Keep
Did you
Harnett
say
Beautiful.
voluntold?
I was voluntold. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
never
sir.
heard
Voluntold. I didn't get to choose. I was told that this is what I'm going to do.
Oh, good.
But that's okay. I'm super excited about it, and I'm hoping. So a little bit of background, real quick. So Keep Harnett Beautiful. They've been trying to do it throughout the county with our employees. We have a committee of Harnett County employees that we all work together so that we can help keep Harnett beautiful. So we can clean up our towns, clean up our streets, clean up our county. So when I was asked to do this program, of course I jumped at it. I absolutely am stoked to get it going. They've been trying to do it the past, I want to say 4 or 5 years. Don't hold me to that. I'm not exactly sure. But I want to make it bigger. I want it to reach everybody in the county. I want to be able to work with local children, local groups, local clubs, schools, anybody and everybody. It's not that hard to pick up trash, and it's really not that hard to not throw it out your window when you're driving down the road. Wait till you get home. Everybody has a trash can at their house. Just wait till you get there. Or the next gas station you stop at, there's a trash can. Throw it away. Don't throw it out. Don't throw it out your window. So I want to play a little game, just real quick, just to kind of get our brains moving, trying to get what we got, get our brains working and thinking, okay? So I have here my recycling bin. It's got trash, clean trash. I did not bring you guys dirty trash to handle, I promise. Well, except my Bojangles box. That you don't have to open it. So I'm going to give everybody one piece of trash, if y'all are okay with that. You good with it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You want to play too?
I do.
All right, here I'll let you pick your trash. How about that? Okay. Told you it would be all over the place. Here, pick your trash. All right. There's chicken springs in there.
You win the prize, there's a biscuit.
Johnny, somebody got to go down.
I know. Yeah. Any crumbs in there?
I want your explanation. How you get 25?
It's a plastic.
All right. And we are going to start at the back corner back there. I'm so sorry, I don't remember your name. Janine. Okay, we're going to start with you. So I'm going to read this little script right here, and when you hear me say pass the garbage, you're just going to pass yours. And he will have both pieces. Then when I say it again, he'll pass both pieces, 3, 4, 5. Understand? Make a little sense? Okay. So, all right. So, as I ventured out early on a Saturday morning for my walk, I noticed some locals enjoying a picnic at Keith Hills Country Club, right beside the Cape Fear River. The wind was blowing paper plates, napkins into the nearby river. Pass your garbage. Okay? When I asked why they were littering, they all replied, "It's okay, it's all downstream from here." I shook my head and continued around the trail. As their daily picnics continues, the winds blew more trash and litter into the stream. The lightweight paper objects floated down the stream, cleared up, and appeared as if no litter had been dumped into the water at all. Pass your garbage. I continued to walk around the greenway and passed by a neighborhood with new construction, just outside of town. The closer I came to the entrance of the neighborhood, I noticed some construction workers and their crew just adding litter to a big pile. Pass your garbage. Okay. Sandwich bags, construction debris, and fast food wrappers all in the same pile with no sight of sorting it or cleaning it up. I thought to myself, surely they knew with one heavy rain it would wash the litter into our already overcrowded gutters and sewer pipes. When I asked a passing worker why they were not cleaning up behind themselves, he replied, "Why should we? It's all downstream from here. Pass your garbage." Where did it all go? I was curious and decided to see where it went, so I packed up my belongings and traveled along the Cape Fear River in search of garbage. Due to the long journey, I stopped for a bite to eat in Elizabethtown, located along the Cape Fear River. Pass your garbage. As I was eating, I noticed various people sitting by the stream flipping cigarette butts into the water. As cigarette butts contain harmful chemicals that can make animals sick if ingested, I yelled for them to stop. They replied, "Don't worry, it's all downstream from here." You can pass your garbage.
Well, thank you.
No, I got it right here.
Oh, okay, she's going next.
There you go. Thank you.
All right.
I know where everything's gonna end up.
As evening came, I ended up in Wilmington, a large city located along the Cape Fear River. What a magnificent sight to watch the sunset over such a beautiful waterway. Pass the garbage. Headed downstream on the Cape Fear River, I ended up at Oak Island. It seemed like a clean little town, but the residents seemed very angry. Pass your garbage. As I walked out onto the beach, I understood why they were so angry. I saw all the residents walking the beautiful sandy beaches with huge bags. They were picking up paper plates, napkins, and cigarette butts that had all washed onto the beaches. Pass your garbage. As I asked one of them what had happened, and he told me that the trash comes from upstream each day and collects out in the ocean. With each high tide, litter is deposited onto the shoreline along the beaches. Pass your garbage. So that goes to her because she skipped. So we're just going to give it all over to her. Problems have also resulted from unseen pollution such as E. coli and bacteria. The residents continued to talk and discuss various things that the area beaches have been closed due to high levels of bacteria entering the rivers, wetlands, and oceans after high rainfall events. The bacteria that results from wildlife and pet waste left on the ground from leaky septic systems can also be harmful to swimmers. It seems that the folks upstream understand that rivers and streams are a part of watersheds and eventually meet with the ocean. Along the way, their garbage and thoughtless practices pollute waterways and negatively affect our water quality. When the pollution accumulates, it greatly affects wildlife and human health. Their garbage does end up somewhere, just somewhere away from them. So, that all boils down to, I'll let you put it back in my bin.
Here we go.
Thank you, ma'am. So that all boils down to if, tell me your name one more time. Janine. If Janine litters, it's going to pass all the way through our watershed and eventually end up down at our beach. And we don't want that to happen. So with Keep Harnett Beautiful, so how many of you know where our drinking water comes from? Where does it come from?
The river.
That's right, the Cape Fear River. So if we pollute our Cape Fear River, we're eventually not going to have any drinking water. Everything that you throw outside, not you, just don't think I'm blaming you, please don't. Everything that anybody throws out, drops, litter, it's going to eventually end up at our oceans. And how many of you like to go to the beach? I like to go to the beach. One day we might not have that beach if we continue to litter. So with Keep Harnett Beautiful, my goal is to get as many locals to help out as possible. And I'm not supposed to tell you guys this yet, but on the 28th, so next Monday, we are going to release our Citizen Challenge to Harnett County. We have created a little fun video that we will post out on our Keep Harnett Beautiful page that I encourage all of you to follow if you're Facebook users. And we're going to put out some different fun activities to kind of help get the community engaged so that everybody can participate. We want to make this as fun as possible. Nobody wants to walk around and handle trash all day. But we are, like I said, we are trying to make it as fun as possible. We're offering incentives to groups that choose to pick up. But as of right now, we do a spring litter sweep and we do a fall litter sweep. But I want it to be an all-day, everyday thing where local schools or kids or anybody like that can come to me and check out bags, vests, gloves, picker-uppers, and go. I want this to be open to anybody in Harnett County. I want to recruit as many people as I can that are willing and hopefully start having multiple people come in every other day or so and start working on picking up some litter. The worst roads, you can always call me and tell me if you see some trash or a bad road that needs some attention, but the worst roads right now are Wire Road, Limmel Black, Wire Road.
Yeah.
It's out in Bun Level area, out that way. Limmel Black Road, and then there's one other one, Marks Road. That's where lots of large dumping gets taken place. Refrigerators, mattresses, couches, chairs, and because those areas are so not as populated or lower class, that's unfortunately where things get dumped. So I met with we do have a new environmental deputy in Harnett County. His name is Jacob Hawley. He's new to this position, just started a couple days ago actually. And I worked with him this morning. We're working on trying to get some things going so that we have availability to go out and pick up these large items as well as smaller items. So we've got lots of things coming up and lots of ideas. We just need the manpower to help put them in place. So if you guys want to or know of anybody that would be willing to volunteer and pick up some litter in our county, then send them my way for sure. I do have some little handouts to give you guys. And then these right here. So we created these. NCDOT created these. They're Swat a Litter Bug. If you are driving down the road and the car in front of you, bless you, the car in front of you throws out a bag or a cigarette butt or whatever the case may be, write down their license plate number and mail this in. They will get a nasty gram that nobody wants to get in the mail. And that's going to help cut us down on some of those as well. So I will pass these around, let you guys take whatever you want, if you want any. I'll start with you guys. Got some stickers and some papers.
I didn't know how to report. Sometimes the larger trash trucks, for some reason, either don't get it all in the truck or something. And I've been behind them before and seen the trash coming out of the truck. It was either overfull or something. I don't know what it was, but for some reason they were losing trash. And then at the same time, the smaller trash people that don't have those compaction trucks, they just got sort of like a flatbed with sides on it. They lose it too. So
They need to be fined.
well, do they need to?
So the suggestion for that one would be, I would call DOT or the trash truck, whichever you see. Make sure you write down their license plate number, and most of them have truck numbers. So that can be an issue where they either have too much to pick up, that they're getting an abundance amount of things to pick up, or they're just not making their stops at the landfills like they're supposed to. So we have issues with that, and we are trying to get that
They
handled.
ask their customers to bag it, but a lot of customers don't, so when they put it in there,
Blows
it's
out.
loose.
Correct.
And I mean, it's just loose.
Or they bag it and they don't tie their bag.
Well, yeah, that could be part of the issue too.
Yes, sir.
You don't tie the bag. So, I know in Raleigh, Wake County, rather, if you don't bag it, they can pick it up.
Really?
They leave it sitting there and leave you a note.
Good for
It
them.
has to be bagged. You must bag it.
Then it blows all down the street.
And
Yeah.
then it blows up down the
It's
street.
all up and down the street.
Back in somebody's yard.
So, real quick, one last thing. We do recycle in Harnett County. It is not as talked about as I feel like it should be. I have been working with the solid waste director for Harnett County as well. But the issue with recycling is it costs more to recycle than it is worth, honestly. It stinks and it's unfortunate, and I'm stuck at this problem. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I really have no idea how to fix it. Due to the high cost of taking something to the recycling center. So we have MRFs, our multiple municipal, I can't even right now. I'm sorry. But we call them MRFs, and that's our recycling centers that we have. We have one in Raleigh. That's the major one. And then if you guys recycle at home, you can take it directly up there. And we do have recycling bins at the landfill as well. So, and then that's just basically all. Most, yes, sir. So another little, go ahead.
No, that's it.
Yeah, the one in Boys Creek has
A
Well,
recycling
it's
bin.
not a recycling per se, but they have bins that are limited to recyclable material, cardboard, and
Yes.
trash.
So another issue is that people are not educated on recycling like they should be. Lots of people are unaware of what can actually be recycled and what cannot be recycled. So we'll use these as an example. Can it be recycled? Nope. Is that the final answer? Can or cannot? No.
It can be reused.
Correct. There you go. So even though it's got these fancy little recycle symbols on the bag, most of them do, they can be reused, but they cannot be recycled. So let's do this.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Let's go with.
No.
Correct. What about a pizza box? A cardboard pizza box?
Yes, possibly, yes.
No, because of the food residue.
That is correct. So if you want to take the time to rip the top piece, I know I should have brought some candy to throw out for the right answers. Man, I'll know for next time. So pizza boxes is one of the most ones that people, yeah. So you can rip the top of the cardboard box off, but that grease, that oil from your pizza that's on that bottom part, it contaminates everything. So if you were to put that one pizza box in one of the large dump bins, the recycling bins, it ruins the entire bin because anything could have touched it. It could have not, it doesn't separate. So instead of taking things out that's not supposed to be there, now all of that could have been recycled, bottles, cardboard, is all contaminated and cannot be recycled now. So like I said, lots of people don't know that, and that's okay. That's why I'm here to educate, and that's what I really want to do with schools as well. Yes, ma'am.
I was gonna say, some of them have the liners in between the pizza and the pizza box.
Yes.
Right? So those could
The liner can be thrown away, and then the rest of it can be recycled, but like Pizza Hut, Domino's, your most common ones don't have those. And if they do, they're not as like sturdy, and they leak. So it's still going to be contaminating the bottom of that pizza box, or even on the sides of the pizza box. So
I'm just curious, who's looking at this 40-yard dumpster and saying, oh, there's a pizza box, can't recycle it?
So we're not as citizens, but when it gets taken to the MRF facility or to the landfill, those are the ones that are doing it. If they find something, so they have a sorting system at the MRF facility in Raleigh. So everything that goes through there they take it out and it goes plastic, cardboard, paper, they have other things. But if they find out that anything is in that dumpster when they're switching it, then the whole thing is trash. So somebody somewhere out there is looking through it, but not necessarily us. Yes, sir.
What is the most piece of trash, like paper, plastic?
Cigarette butts.
Cigarette butts?
Cigarette butts are the most common trash that we find. As a smoker, I'm sorry, I am a smoker, but I have a can that I always put them in. They make them every day, they're there, just don't throw your cigarette butts out the window.
I once had a neighbor who was very faithful about keeping his cigarette butts in his ashtray. And when it would get full, he'd dump it out onto the ground at the stop sign before it happened.
Well, you should have whooped
He would
him.
do it regularly.
Man, yeah, just put it in a trash can. Like I said, there's a trash can everywhere you go. I'm looking at one here and right outside, and there's one right there. It's not that hard. It's just educating the citizens to show them that it's not as hard to not litter. That's the education part of it.
And things like the grocery bags that you showed.
Mhm.
Food Line, Walmart,
Yes.
several retail businesses will have collection bins for those specific items.
Yes, sir.
But if you take a bag full of recyclable material, like I collect bottles and cans,
Mhm.
you have to dump that into that bin and then put the plastic bag
Correct.
into the other bin
Correct.
to separate. So there are resources there. They're kind of limited, but there's more than just. And of course, if you have garbage pickup at your home, perhaps your garbage provider will provide a recycling.
Yes, most do. Waste Industries, Brock Sanitation, well, they're not Brock's anymore. Waste Industries bought them out. They do offer recycling cans, but it costs extra per month as well. So nobody's really making it easy on us for this. Like, it's not easy to recycle the correct way, and it's not easy to throw your trash away with the landfills. It's just, people just always find something to complain about, unfortunately. So, I do have this little thing for you guys to keep. You can put it, yes ma'am, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So is recycling not offered automatically in all of our county towns?
So, yes, it is offered.
Okay.
Okay, so it is offered. You can get a dump bin from your local trash pickup, like the ones you sit beside the road that they come and dump out. They will bring you out a big blue can. Our landfill does recycling as well. And then the facility in Raleigh as well. I'm not exactly sure the name of that facility, but they do it as well up there,
I
so.
live in Anchorage, so like, I don't know anybody who doesn't have blue.
Yeah, so you do have one, or your town does have one?
They just automatically drop it off for everyone.
Oh, yeah, so most places don't. So I actually live in Johnson County, and my road is literally Johnson County on one end, Sampson County on the other. I'm about an hour from here, and they do not offer it. It is $75 a quarter to have an extra can put out there for recycling.
You have to pay for your extra can?
My husband does.
I think,
I don't know.
I think it,
I don't know, but,
yeah, but you're in the city limits, aren't you?
yeah.
Yeah. I think that's
Yeah,
part of it.
I think so too. I'm sorry I didn't ask that question, but yeah, I think being in town or in the city limits makes a difference with not having to pay for recycling bins, so.
We're now merging our cardboard and plastic in Stewart's Creek at the law, because of lack of room. Does that work at all?
That's a question I will have to get back to you on.
Cardboard.
I don't want to answer
And
incorrectly.
you merge the cardboard and what? Plastic. We always had separate recycling bins for those, but as of, they've run out of space, got too many people.
Yeah.
And they
I
merge
know,
them together.
at the county resource building, they've got, two small, they're trash cans, I hesitate to call them bins, they're trash cans. One is marked for landfill, which I assume means just household type trash, and the other one is mixed recycle. So I've been putting plastic bottles and newspapers and that sort of thing in that side.
Yeah, I don't think it should matter. Like I said, don't hold me to the answer for sure. I will find out and get back and let you know. I feel like as long as it is a recyclable product, then you're fine as long as they're together. Because when they're sorted out at the facility, they'll handle plastic, paper, and cardboard separately.
Morgan,
Yes, sir.
the resource officer that you mentioned
Yes.
for the sheriff's department, if you come up on a illegal dump site, can you report that
Absolutely.
to the sheriff's department?
Absolutely. So we would rather you call me, and then I will handle it through our officer, just because we have lots of citizens that call 911 to complain about litter. We have citizens that also call their non-emergency line to complain about litter, which is fine. Definitely, if you want to call the non-emergency number, that's fine. But so as with this program, I'm trying to get everybody to filter through me so that I can push it out to where it needs to go, so that our law enforcement officers and our 911 dispatchers are taking care of the ones that need 911, not necessarily illegal dumping as a 911.
Is there contact information for you on your Facebook?
I can give it all to you right now if you want. So I was gonna bring business cards. I just got married and they put my new name on the business cards, and they haven't changed that on my email yet, so it doesn't work. So I can't bring business cards. But Morgan Pope, my phone number is 910-893-7584. That is the office to the Soil and Water Conservation. That's where I work at, and that's where I will be getting all the calls from, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And then my email is MHALLENBE,
What,
N as in Nancy, BECK, at harnett.org. And I'll repeat that because it's a long name. It's MHALLENBECK at harnett.org. And then 910-893-7584.
75.
84. And then this is just a little thing for you guys to keep, wherever you wanna
Thank you.
look at it. But it tells you all the different, like, breakdowns. So, this is specifically from the coastal part of our county, but it affects everybody because it starts with us and goes downstream. A newspaper takes 6 weeks to break down. A diaper takes 450 years to break down. Plastic bottles, 450 years. Where was the one? Had some, yep. So the glass bottle and jars, they're undetermined. So nobody has lived long enough or had a lifetime long enough to determine how long it takes to break down glass in our landfills. So with our landfills,
Thank you.
when things don't break down that are in our landfills, we eventually have to make new landfills. So we're having to disturb soil somewhere else, take away our natural resources, and add another landfill. So we want people to do things correctly. So, and that's basically all I have. Unless anybody has any questions. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
On your $75 a quarter for your thing, you what we call ABC sanitation.
ABC
They're
Sanitation.
more competitive than that.
Hmm.
They're in,
Okay.
and
I don't know if they'll come all the way out to me.
They will.
Okay. I will call them.
Here's a little,
Oh, thank you.
here's a little something from us, thanking you for coming in.
Prices are very
And I apologize for the plastic.
It's okay.
But you enjoy. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Good job.
Absolutely. And you guys are welcome to call me with any questions, anything, anytime. I'm always available.
Anything else for the good of Kiwanis today?
I have 2 flyers, if folks don't mind. We're doing a diaper drive for the partnership.
Okay.
And, if anybody, grandkids or coworkers, little kids, we're doing an art exhibit in April, so they can submit their artwork.
Sure, pass those out.
Can I get a flyer from the video?
Yeah.
We'll see my work.
Let me see.
Get somebody to pass it on to me.
I know I have extras. I think they all gathered down there.
Are we
But
all
you
good?
can take whatever you need.